Hello, my friends. Welcome to my hot tub in the beautiful golden hour of sunset, one of my favorite times of day. And this tree, let me just show you all of her majesty. She's a honey locust, and she just looks exactly like a lung. I mean, just so beautifully shaped in an upside down lung. I have a lot of conversations with her when I am sitting in the hot tub, and a lot of my feathered friends will come and hang out with me as well, and my dogs are out here. I just got back from a hike with a friend, and she said something so profound. Shout out to my Ellie. She said something so profound and put into words something that I've been contemplating and sitting with for a long time, about how for the longest time, I didn't really feel like the adult in my life. I didn't feel like I was the responsible one. Like, there's no way I could be in charge of making the decisions for my life because I'm Jenny. I'm just a little kid. I'm just this innocent, naive, little, curious, crazy kid. There's no way I can be in charge of making some of these big decisions in life. And that awareness, awareness of not knowing that you're the one that's actually in charge of your life, and realizing that you're not actually making the decisions, it can be a little off-putting. It can be really scary. And there's a lot of me that actually ran from even wanting to make decisions. It was like, no, you know what? I mean, like, my whole marriage was like, yep, you are the man, you make the decisions and you just do what you think is best. And then when it's not going good, I can blame you. How convenient, right? Not taking any accountability or responsibility for my own life. And there was a lot of resentment and bitterness that built up against that. And I knew at some point, I don't know quite when I knew that I was not being responsible for my life. But the awareness that I wasn't was hard. And then the scary part of stepping into the responsibility and making the wrong decision. Oh my God, if I make the wrong decision, then I have no one to blame but me. And then being so afraid that I had, what is the right way, and researching and looking to other people and what are they doing, and realizing, that really no one knows what the heck they're doing, really. I remember that awareness when we had just moved into this house. And I remember driving down the street, 1800, and some dude was older, like 60s, 60s, 70s, late 60s, early 70s. He was edging his lawn, and he was, to my perspective, holding the edger upside down. And I was just like, I remember driving past and being like, doing this double take, like, have I been doing it wrong this whole time, or is this dude doing it wrong? And then I just kind of giggled and was like, there is no wrong. There really is no right or wrong. That's his way of edging the lawn and using the edger. And who knows, maybe I'll try it and it might actually work better than what I've been doing. But like, no one really knows what they're doing. I remember thinking as a kid, I can't wait to be an adult and make my own decisions and live my own life. But then I didn't. And I was so afraid of doing it wrong that I just let someone else do it for me and make all of my decisions for me. And then, the bitterness and resentment built up and ended up in divorce. And, I even, followed the church and did what the church told me I was supposed to do. And that didn't fulfill me either. And it really wasn't until like the last 3 to 5 years, really 3 to 5 years, that I've been giving myself permission to make my own decisions and like my way, and actually ask for what I want too from the people around me. Oh man, when we went to Jamaica for our wedding, we were in the shuttle on the way to the resort, and there was just this moment with the kids where I was like, okay, now I'm going to tell you something. that like, I think that if we all live by this, it's going to make this trip really so nice for everyone, because there's 7 of us here and we all have different tastes and wants and needs and moods and emotions, and we're going to be all here for 8 days. And so the mantra of, and I learned this from Wendy Bunnell, so shout out Wendy, love you, was that when I take care of me, I take care of we. So here's the thing. If you need to go to the bathroom, go to the bathroom. If you don't know where one is, ask, and make sure to let somebody know where you're going, so we're not just like, hey, where did you go? Keep us posted. If you're hungry, get food. If you don't know how or where to get food, come ask. Say, hey, I'm starting to get really hungry. I need food. If you need a break from everyone or the activity that we're in currently, say, hey, I just need a break right now. Can everybody just leave me alone? And it was one of the best vacations I've ever been on with my kids, because everyone took radical accountability for their own wants and needs. Here's what the family's doing. You're welcome and invited to join us. And also you're welcome to do your own thing. On some days, Carter stayed home at the resort and played his video games. And there's Mr. Marty, and he was in heaven. And some of us went on excursions that others didn't go on. And it was just so amazing. And on the shuttle ride to the airport, from the resort back to the airport, we're heading home. And I'm just kind of recapping the trip and going over with the kids, what did you like the best? What did, your favorite parts, and, this and that. And each of them on their own was kind of like, it was really nice to just like choose me and do what I needed. And like, you guys honored that. We all honored it the best that we could. There was this one time we were coming home from hiking the waterfall, and Drew was really hungry. And when they get hungry, they get hangry, right? And we were doing the best we could to get food. We were doing the best we could. And then the next goal was to go to this other place to do some fun excursions. And she just wanted to go home. And so we're like, okay, I don't know. We only have one shuttle. Let's see what we can do. But for now, she was like, just don't talk to me. Don't touch me. Don't look at me. Just leave me alone. And so we did. And we're just going, okay. And we got food. We got food in her. And then we were like, okay, I think we figured out what we can do is that the shuttle driver can drop us off at the excursion. This other person doesn't want to go on the excursion, so they'll go with you on the shuttle. We'll take you back to the resort. Then they'll come and pick us up. Like, we had it all worked out. But because we honored her space and need for space and food, she's like, you know what, I think I want to actually go with you guys. I'm just going to check it out, and then if I don't like it, then I'll go. We can go with the plan. But it worked, and I just am blown away at this like radical accountability and responsibility for your own emotions and needs. That was in Jamaica, of course, such a beautiful, fun place to explore and play with that idea that I, never got that as a kid. My parents always told me where to go and what to do and what the right thing was. And so just how beautiful that I'm learning now as an adult how to take radical responsibility for my life. And now I get to give that gift to my kids, who get to move forward from a much younger age, knowing that they're responsible for their life. And this whole knowledge of this, like, I woke up today and it was such a beautiful day. We had a late night at the paranormal investigation and just kind of planned to have a lazy, chill day, but I was itching to get outside on the mountains and see the beautiful new white caps from the snow and the beautiful blue sky from the snow, moved the yucky inversion out of the air. And I wanted to move and breathe. I'm also kind of resisting a challenge, not a challenge, but resisting creating something that is due tonight by 11 p.m. And so I'm kind of like, I'll go on a walk and I'll get inspired, and then I'll come sit in the hot tub and rest and practice what I'm going to do. And I know all of it is, there's a part of that is true, because the idea is not fully formed yet. But also I know that if I would just sit down and start, that it would come, because that's how I work. We talked about the Freak to Genius channel the other day, that I just open up, and as I flow, stuff happens. That's this channel. And, but I knew I wanted to go on a hike. Jerry was not about it. My kids were not about it. And so I was like, okay, if I want to do this, I need to do it. I need to make the choice. And so I reached out to a friend, beautiful Ellie, and I was like, hey, you up for a hike today? Like, if I want to do something, I have to make it happen. I can't wait for someone to invite me on a hike. I can't wait for someone to be like, oh, hey, sounds like a good hiking day. You know, I can't wait for someone to just read my mind and do what they think I want. Like, I have to make it happen. I have to be responsible and take the action. And a couple days ago, my video was on taking inspired action. So I did. I reached out, and she was down, and we went for a hike, and it was so fun. And here I am taking radical responsibility for my life. And I know I'm going to soak for a little bit longer, try to come up with the words for this video submission, that it's in the Dharma Artist Collective that I'm a part of. Every month they do the Zodiac Games. And this month is Capricorn, because we're in Capricorn season. And the theme is, every month there's a different theme. Every Zodiac season there's a different theme. And this one was, you know, how has the Dharma Artist Collective affected your life? And I just, like, I have so many ideas, and it's hard to put them in a video. And I want to be fun and playful, but also it's really impacted me in a beautiful way. So I want to be like cheesy and heartfelt and emotional, and I'm just like, having a hard time like putting it all together. So I'm, what is the word? Procrastinating. I'm procrastinating, but I'm also doing other things that I know I need to do and want to do as well. So here we are, taking responsibility for my life. I know I'm procrastinating. I'm taking responsibility for it. And I'm also kind of like doing the things that I know also bring me inspiration and joy, so that I can show up and create a thing that is authentic and real. So there's that. Is that a justification? Maybe. But here's the beautiful thing, and that brings it all back together, is that I'm the one that gets to decide. I'm the one that gets to decide. Am I justifying? Am I making excuses? Or am I doing it the Jenny way? And this is how Jenny does it. And I am choosing consciously how to do this, taking responsibility and ownership of it. Okay, I love you. Have a beautiful day. Enjoy this lovely weather that we are having. Get out and play. Even though it's freezing, just bundle up. It's worth it. I promise.